Talk about a few things related to beginning your genre analysis. So the first thing I want to talk about are steps for coming up with a topic and for beginning your research. When you're coming up with a topic, a few things you should think about are your major or a field you're interested in, your interests, and then if you want to think a little bit ahead, you can think about a general high concept or just an overall idea of what you might want to argue about this semester. If you're really having trouble coming up with a topic, you might try these strategies that I've outlined here, such as free writing, summarizing, talking, doing some web search, or just start researching and see what shows up. I've gone ahead and I've answered some of these questions. So for me, my major or field is college composition. I'm interested in tabletop role-playing game writing, gamification of classroom activities, and in writing in general. And my high concept is that tabletop role-playing games should be used in college composition classrooms. After I came up with that high concept, I identified some keywords, and this is what you need to do before you can really begin your research. Sit down and come up with a list of things that you're going to search for in the library database. So I came up with college composition, TRPG, Dungeons and Dragons, which is a specific TRPG, gamification, gaming, first year composition, and first year writing. These are names of the kinds of courses that this is. After that, you can start doing research. And as you do the research, you can eliminate keywords or mix and match your keywords. So after doing all of that, I eliminated this list here, and I came up with a couple keyword search terms. First year composition or first year writing. This or means that the document just has to have one or the other of these. And a second term, and game asterisk, and this asterisk means any permutation of the word game, so game, games, gaming, etc., or game-based learning. Lastly, find some articles, read through their abstracts, and decide whether you're going to read the whole thing. As you read the whole thing, take some notes, and when you're finished reading it, put the article away, don't keep looking at it, and write a summary in your own words. If you keep reading the article as you write your summary, you will more than likely incorporate words directly from it into your summary, and that's something we want to avoid so we can avoid plagiarism. Alright, let's take a look at an article I found. I found this article, and what I want to talk about here is how to get to the articles once you have them. So this is an example of where the article isn't directly available in the library database, so we're going to have to go through a little bit of a hassle to get there. So we can try linked full text to see where that gets us. It got us to here, but this doesn't really show us everything we need to know. We can click on PDF. Alright, now we have the article. So from here you can read the abstract and decide whether you want to read the whole thing. A few things to note are that each of these PDFs have the information in a different orientation. So a lot of times you'll see at the top here will be where the information on the journal it was published in, the year it was published in, volume, issue, etc. But this one has it down here near the bottom of the first page. Sometimes you'll have to scroll all the way to the bottom, and at the end here it might have the information, and you see this one does have some of the information here. If we scroll all the way back up, though, we have this much better summary right here. So this was published in Prompt, a Journal of Academic Writing Assignments, Volume 8, Issue 1, and 2024. So this is the information you'll need for making a citation. And if you want to include the DOI, here that is as well. This is how you can find those sorts of things. Alright, so this is an academic article, and we can tell because it was published in our Prompt Journal, which I happen to know that is a scholarly source. You can also choose to Wikipedia search each of these titles of the journal. Wikipedia usually will say something like controversies or issues, and you can use that to tell if something is maybe purveying itself as a scholarly source without actually being one. But let's take a look at an article that isn't scholarly and decide how we can figure that out. So let's say you found this article doing a web search and you want to know, is this a scholarly source? This is one of the non-scholarly sources that we'll be using in our class activities. So let's take a look. It was published by the University of of Chicago Academic Technology Solutions. Alright, by Zitang Wang. And if we look at the information, it looks like it possibly could be. So how can we tell? Well, the easiest way to tell is to find their information on who they are. So here they have who we are. Sometimes at the bottom of the page there will be a contact link or something you can find here. But if we click on their who we are page, it'll take us here and it tells us learning design team, our focus. The primary focus of the LDT is digital pedagogy, the efficient and effective use of digital technologies, etc. What we do, we design courses alongside you, Chicago faculty and instructors, and encourage approaches based on backward design. So as we can see, they're not here to publish scholarly information, they're here to help people who are in the University of Chicago. So from that we can tell that they are not a scholarly source. Alright, so if you have any questions about any of this, if you're having trouble doing your research, of course let me know whenever you can. I can always help you. You can stop by during my office hours or ask me after class.